Good morning. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas. We're actually here today for a bit of a request. A lot of people have now been buying the Maverick Quantums, as they've also released in America and around the globe. In our other videos, we have discussed the wobbly wheel issue. The rear wheels went really wobbly. Don't know if you see that there. And shown our fix. But I'm just going to do a little standalone video of how to do it, because it's happening to everyone, and for a couple of pence or whatever money you've got in your country, I can solve that for you, and hopefully it'll prolong the life of your axles no end. It's easy, it's cheap, so let's get into it. So, my current favourite little budget basher, the Quantum Flux. Ours has now had a few upgrades. Not actually been back out with it yet because of COVID, but as you can see with stuff like suspension, actually has some rebound now, thinner oils and things like that. I love this little truck, but there is this one annoying problem built in from the start, and if you catch it before you use it, it's fine. The split second you bend one of these axles, it's annoying. So let's just get in and show you what we've done. Okay, so here's the problem and the fix, and it applies to all four corners of the truck, as the issue is the same in each. Once you take your wheel off and you look at your axle shaft and hex, behind the hex you will see that they've fitted some small shims. If you look, they actually come out the factory with small shims behind the hex. And if you look how bent that is, look. Whoa. And they are narrower than the hex itself. This is where the issue lays, because as you're landing from jumps or going over bumps, this is acting as a lever, and all of the force of the impacts is being transferred through it. Because the shim behind the hex is smaller, it acts as a pivot point, and the whole axle can bend at this part, which gives you a crazy wheel wobble.
Look how bent that is, look. Woo.
And just like the tab on your drinks can, you know, you can bend it once, you can bend it twice, eventually it's just going to snap. It gets weaker and weaker. So the fix is super simple. You simply go to your hardware store or your local model shop, you pick up some M5 repair washers or just M5 shims washers that are about the same size as your hex. So obviously you're looking for about 12 to 15 mil. I can even do this one-handed while I'm on the phone. You pull that off and you swap out these little shims that are provided with the car for the beefier ones. I'll reassemble it in a second with two hands, but all that does is matches the size of the shim to the size of the hex. It packs out the gap that the hex would otherwise be allowed to bend into. So it's that simple. Pop the pin back in, pop the hex back on. I can't do that one-handed. And reassemble. It's pretty much done at that point. So as you can see now, the sizes match. It means there isn't any room for this hex to try and fold back into as it comes off of jumps and things like that. To be even more secure, you can change the hexes out. I actually have changed to some axial hexes. They've got a flat back and they've got a grub screw in which holds it even tighter. I'll show you those now, and I'll try and get the part number for them and put them in the description. Yeah, so these actually came off one of my crawlers, but they're a flat backed hex, and they got the grub screw in which just holds it tight, make sure it doesn't sort of slip during use. Also a bit narrower, so you get a little bit more engagement with your wheel nut there. So as long as you do this before the axles become bent, it will really prolong their life. I mean, we've done skate park bashing, you see in our other videos. It's got the tiniest little bit of wobble, but again, that was on the stock axles. I've now got the HD ones in, so really that should foolproof it. It's such a cheap mod. I got a pack of 20 of those shims, and I think it was about £2, £2 British pounds. I mean, less than a sandwich, so you can't go wrong with that. Again, Maverick now provide heavy-duty rear axle shafts, so that's this whole section. I've fitted those in the hope that that will further reduce it, but again, since I've done the washer mod, it's not been an issue. While we're strengthening up our driveline, I was just going to show you the differences. The only other thing we've had go on us on quite a regular basis was these front drive shafts. They like to snap about there. So Maverick have now brought out part number 150231, which is their heavy duty. It took me a minute to notice the difference, but there is a really decent and tangible difference. So I'll try and get it on video, and hopefully you guys will be able to see. But yeah, these are the daddy. These are also going to be used in the new Quantum 3S Plus, which is like a slightly longer, meaner version of these that I'm really looking forward to seeing. Right, I'll try and get this to focus. We got the stock shaft at the top and the HD shaft at the bottom with its little silver knobbly bobblies. What you'll be able to see if it does focus is the cutout there for the U-joint has got very, very little metal. There you go. See, after the cutout, there's very little metal. That's where they love to snap on these. On the HD one, you've got the cutout, and then you've got a good, probably triple the amount of metal there in the neck. So it should be a lot stronger. So again, with the... sorry about the focus. So whack your shims in, get your HD axles, and I really don't see why people will be having any issues with these at that point. They're both cheap, easy mods, and they make, in my opinion, what's a fantastic car for the money, even stronger. You go out, enjoy it, smash the crap out of it, and hopefully bring it home. Hope that helps some of you.